So, hello. Uh, Today's May 24th, 2025. I want to go ahead and make a quick series on the state of our monetary system and talk about some of my ideas and how I think that things should be done as far as changing our currency and changing some of the ideas and things that maybe we can add to it and maybe some things we can get rid of. There's been a lot of news about certain things lately. With I know Ventures Gibson, the mint director, is retiring pretty soon, I think. So I guess we can say this is part of like my job application. To start off, I know in 2026 we're getting rid of the 1 cent. This has been a pretty hot topic that they've been saying like it costs 3 cents to make one of these, and it's just with inflation, with the way that the government just wastes money left and right in military industrial complex, and it just costs too much with the raw materials and all to make a 1 cent coin. So we're gonna get rid of it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's it's just really just clutter. We don't need things like this. And a lot of the monetary system is going digital, which is nothing wrong with that either. I mean, Bitcoin has its purpose in society. Digital payments and all. I use my debit card for a lot of things, but there's always going to be a need, no matter how technologically advanced we get. There's always going to be a need for physical money. You're going to need, it don't matter. We can have the best internet, the best everything. The power's going to go out. Or sometimes really it's more convenient, I find, to have physical money in your pocket. Sometimes you just, it's a small purchase or something. For online and things, yeah, I use my debit card. I use my debit card quite a bit, but, there's certain things that it is just more convenient. But to simplify things, yeah, we're going to get rid of the 1 cent. I mean, it's this past due in designs. And it's just something that it just causes too much clutter. It costs too much to make. We can't afford it with the way they waste money. And so, yeah, we'll get rid of it. So while we're at it, there's also talk about being a 1 cent cost like 3 cents to make a 1 cent coin. It costs over 8 cents to make a 5 cent nickel. So why not just get rid of this one too? Now it makes it simpler to round up or round down to an even 5 cents. So I think if we get rid of this one, we're left with this coinage here. And you can see something just doesn't really fit right with the way that 5 cents. And I'm okay with getting rid of it, but you're going to need a 5 cent replacement. So we have the 10. Also, we're talking about designs and things. Like people are getting tired of these designs. We've been using the Roosevelt since the 1940s. We've been using the Washingtons since the 1930s. These Kennedy's been around since 1964. Isn't it time for an upgrade? And there's been polls put out on things that people say they prefer the old coinage, the way things were, and that's for a few reasons. But So one idea is, see, if we're gonna get rid of the 1 cent, then get rid of this one. And how about, we go to, I don't want to pull out one thing, but instead of, go back to the old coinage. Doesn't that make a little bit more sense? Instead of all the extra you're putting into nickels. I mean, it probably costs you maybe 4 cents to make a dime. It costs maybe 8 cents to make a quarter. Couldn't we cut it down? Maybe spend, 3 cents, 2 cents to make a half dime? Bring that back? And the quarter, so and also in 2026, they've been talking about changing things and making some new designs. So with your quarters, what's one of the things people are getting tired of is these quarters. We don't even know what a quarter looks like anymore. These are our, I think these are quarters, right? What is a quarter supposed to look like? Here's the thing too, it's, okay, they all look like quarters, they're all about the same. So it's 25 cents Canadian. Does this mean that 1 US dollar is equal to 1 Canadian dollar? Or is, I guess, 400 Korean won? Is 400 Korean won the same as 1 US dollar? I mean, they all look the same. I don't even know what is a quarter supposed to look like. So I'm thinking, why not? Let's change the design. Let's go back to using, a Liberty bust, or, a standing or walking liberties. But keep it, stop making series coinage. So moving on from, now we use these up to 50 cents. Really, you don't really see too many 50-cent coins these days, but they're out there. You gotta ask the bank tellers for them, and they usually have them. So there's another problem we have is these $1 bills. So if we're going to use this, let's go ahead and bring back and make it like it should be. So if we're going to use, let's go to this idea. You can go with that. But to help this out, get rid of that. That's $1. Okay, I think this ought to be our new coins. Get rid of the nickels, get rid of the pennies, get rid of the paper dollars. Stop it with all the series coinage. Not everything has to be a series. We can make, if you want to make series, just make it tokens. Sell tokens to the public. Collectible tokens and things like that. Make your money uniform, noticeable, accepted. Something commercially used in different places. That's what we need. Now, of course, you're still going to need paper money for your higher denominations, yes, paper money. I know it's a fiat system. Maybe we can back it, you know, and buy gold, or as long as, you know, we have to reprice gold, reprice silver, maybe even reprice platinum and things. But, you know, there's been a lot of talk about why not back it by physical, sound money. You know, and it's gotten down to where just a little bit of copper. That's all copper coins anyway, nickel-plated copper. That's probably about $1 worth. So get rid of the paper dollars, but we still gonna need paper money. So going into paper money, you can find these aren't rare. The banks, they have probably pallets of them in the back. They have bunches of them in the bank. Nobody ever uses them. So for our small denominations, and I mean, if you think this is boring, why not? I think at least keep it this size. And we have, get rid of all these different series, along with the dollars. Get rid of the paper dollars. Stop it with all this. Use that instead. But, I mean, it's still a lot of this materials. So, what if, maybe if you want to make a $2 coin, because then you'll have a transition, you know, where you kind of a gray area, where you're going from coins to paper money. What if we could buy them? Make a special $2 coin. You know, just something like, have a $2 coin. I wouldn't go to, you know, keep that same size, but maybe combine the two metals and make a coin that's interchangeable into paper. It could work, you know, it's an idea. We're going from there. Now we have our $2 bill, and we're into notes, paper money. We have $2, which is, you know, we can make it interchangeable with a $2 coin, $2 bill. No more $1 bills. You know, we put Liberty on it. You don't have to have Eisenhower. Just bring back something that size. And it's more about your sizes, to where you know, and you know, you put Walking Liberty or Liberty Bust, or, you know, Standing Liberty, Seated Liberty, I don't know, Mr. Liberty. So we use, instead of $1 bills, use $2 bills. And we have $5 bills. We'll keep them. We have $10 bills, $20 bills, $50 bills, and the $100 bills. Currently, this is as high as our money goes. But it's, again, with inflation and all that, this $100 bill, this might be what, 3 bags of groceries. So we need, I think, a larger denomination. And the money, the government just blows it left and right. It spends $1 trillion a day, most of the time on nothing. So why not 2, 5, 10, 20, 100. 200. Maybe even a 500. And we can, that would just about add up, wouldn't it? So I think for paper money, paper notes, this would work a little better. Staying in our fiat system to really something like that. From there to there. And then go from like that. That would be an idea for our new currency system. That's all I got.